This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Wyoming Sports Talk Today. Halfway home to the weekend, but bundle up out there, campers. It's going to get a little bit on the chilly side here for tonight, tomorrow, and even into Friday. Hey, probably tonight's a great night to warm up to some delicious eats and treats from our friends at Taco John's on KRAE Avenue, Yellowstone Road, Del Range and Ridge, Pershing and Ridge, and, of course, the food truck over inside, or I should say in the parking lot of the Outlaw Saloon, is the South Greeley dress. It's almost done. What a great night to pick up 6-pack at a pound from Taco John's of Cheyenne. Key of Cheyenne over on Nation Way, where the 20s are being showcased right now. The 19s are being squeezed out. There's a few good-looking models left. As a matter of fact, every Kia model on the lot is great. But again, these 19s, you're going to find some sensational deals right now. AJ has them marked down, so check out what Key of Cheyenne could do for you and put you behind the wheel of one of their fantastic vehicles today. Key of Cheyenne on Nation Way. Platte Valley Bank ×2 over on Vanda High and at the corner of College and Pershing. All of the banking amenities that you expect from Platte Valley Bank and so much more. They go one step further, always to please you and to make sure that you are a satisfied customer. Platte Valley Bank here in Cheyenne. Chick-fil-A at the corner, Windmill and Del Range right across from Powers Field and Menards, serving up that delicious mac and cheese. Now that is going to warm up the tum-tum, especially on a cold night, along with their delicious chicken sandwich and waffle fries. They also have for you a limited time. You must try their frosted caramel coffee. It is absolutely delicious as well. Great menu selections. Dine inside or use the 2 convenient drive-thrus outside, serving up 3 squares Monday through Saturday. Chick-fil-A, Windmill, and Del Range. Medicap Pharmacy. For all your pharmaceutical needs, you can phone it in. Have your doc phone it in. Bottom line is Gene and his great staff, they'll take good care of it. Matter of fact, you can bring it inside as well. Bring the prescription in. With over many years of experience, you're going to find the great staff at Medicap Pharmacy always there and always willing to help. See them Monday through Saturday inside. See them Monday through Saturday outside of the convenient drive-thru next door to Texas Roadhouse on Bluegrass Circle. B&B Appliance and TV over at 714 Central Avenue. Again, Bruce and the crew invite you to check out all that is available for you in appliances. Matter of fact, on the floor, you'll see the likes of General Electric, Maytag, you will see Frigidaire, you will see Whirlpool. It's all there for you and at great prices. Again, serving our community for over 50 years. And don't forget, they service what they sell at B&B Appliance and TV. Lennox Auto Body, along with the Auto Glass and Detail Center, part of Lennox Enterprises, serving our area for 25 years with quality workmanship and, again, great service as well. Get a hold of Heather and the crew over at Lennox Auto Body, 634-6608. Again, they're over on Dunn Avenue. The Auto Glass and Detail Center can be found on Pershing Boulevard. First Tier Bank at 1508 Stillwater Avenue, open Monday through Friday. Great annual percentage yields right now on CDs. And, again, customer service always first and foremost from all that serve you at First Tier Bank. And we want to thank Mondello's Pizzeria, Paisan cuisine at its best for almost 5 decades. Joe Mondello, along with the family, has been bringing us classic Italian cuisine, Paisan cuisine, and again, family recipes, not corporate recipes, and you can enjoy delicious food from Mondello's Pizzeria, open Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, over at 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D in the Greenway Commons. And it's Scoreboard Time. It's being brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. We'll go first to Nick. Here we go.
LCCC action from last night. Women's volleyball, at least in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, as they took on Western Nebraska Community College. The Lady Cougars, where unfortunately for LCCC, they lost that contest 3-1. So with the loss, LCCC does fall to 4-20 overall. They will have a match coming up here in town against Sheridan College Again, happening this Friday. It has not been moved, but again, it will be happening over at LCCC at the Rack, 7 o'clock for LCCC women's volleyball. NHL action for tonight, 3 games on the slate where you will see the Buffalo Sabres at home take on the Montreal Canadiens. The New Jersey Devils will travel to Philadelphia to see the Flyers at the Wells Fargo Center. That can be seen on NBC Sports Network. And after that game wraps up, also 2 on NBC Sports Network later on tonight, the Vancouver Canucks host the LA Kings. That's what's happening in NHL action for this evening. And do want to remind folks, coming up this Friday here on 1480 AM, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com is where you can hear this contest video-wise, where you can watch it on Periscope via Twitter and the 1480KRAE YouTube channel. We will have the Capital City Bowl between Cheyenne East and Cheyenne Central. East hosting this contest at Okie Blanchard Sports Complex, where, again, it will be a 6 o'clock kickoff, 5:20-ish pregame show here on 1480KRAE.
Major League Baseball, a couple of games, and these will be National League contests. These are deciders, Game 5, and Game 5 going on right now in Cumberland, Georgia at SunTrust Park, where the Cardinals and the Braves are battling in the top of the first inning. They're scoreless in the NLDS Game 5. For the Dodgers and the Nationals, they will hook up this evening at 6:37, and that will be from Chavez Ravine. This should be a good pitching matchup. And again, not to take anything away from the Cardinals, the Braves, but Steven Strasburg on the hill for the Nats. He'll be opposed by Walker Buehler. Whoever scratches out a run might win the NLDS between the Dodgers and the Nats. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
I'm Nate.
And I'm Kate.
And we're not just literal taste buds. We're best buds.
And there's nothing that we love more than a
cool,
crisp,
deliciously
great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
First Tier Bank strives to remain competitive and offers some of the best CD rates in the community, as well as area banks and credit unions per Rate Watch reports. How does that make a difference to you? First Tier Bank can assist you in securing some of the best rates on CDs. First Tier Bank offers the personalized customer service you've grown accustomed to and deserve. Plus, feel confident that your finances are taken care of by a responsible, knowledgeable staff. Call 307-632-3500 and ask for Caitlin or Debbie. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be partly sunny with highs around 66 and winds of the south at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Then for tonight, it'll be cloudy with snow likely throughout the evening with lows around 15 and winds out the north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. On Thursday, it'll be cloudy once again with snow likely throughout the day with highs around 23. And on Thursday night, it'll be partly cloudy with snow likely throughout the evening with lows around 9.
Fat, lazy, and stupid is no way to conduct a sports talk radio show. We've thrown down the gauntlet, upped the stakes, and made it clear that when it comes to sports talk radio in Cheyenne, there's a new player in town. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
welcome you to Wyoming Sports Talk today as we have a chance to talk some sports with you. And we're going to go right to the phones as we get a chance to say aloha to Bobby Curran, who is the voice of the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors football team.
Where it's probably a hell of a lot warmer out there than it's going to be here.
Well, hopefully there's no snow expected there on the main island. But, Bobby, we want to welcome you to the program. Thank you for joining us today.
Nick, Larry, thanks for having me.
And you got Larry talking to you first. It's, let's see, about, 11:15 your time right now? So it's still morning, right?
Sure.
Okay. Bobby, let's talk about this Hawaii Rainbow Ball Club first and foremost. Let's talk about the man that's leading this team, Nick Rolovich, who is right now just a game under the Mendoza line, but he's got things, in his last couple of years, he's got things moving in a very positive direction.
Well, 2 years ago, they decided he really would have liked to do it right away, to switch back to the run and shoot, which he played in that offense when he was here, coached it here before going to Nevada as an offensive coordinator. And he was anxious to get back, but when he did come back, they didn't have the personnel for it. It took 2 years, and they felt like they could make the switch, and it's been all good since. They were good last year. They made a bowl game, improved. They were 8-5, I think, when all was said and done, and this year they were off to a 4-1 start.
And let's talk about this year's squad with Hawaii, of what they've done. Again, you look at the non-conference with the 3 straight Pac-12 opponents, getting 2 out of the 3, with at least 2 of them coming at the islands for Hawaii, one against at least Arizona, the other against Oregon State. Unfortunately, lost to Washington in Seattle, but again, it was a top 25 ranked Washington Huskies team that they saw taking care of business against Central Arkansas. And then what we saw before Hawaii's bye week, getting into Mountain West Conference, were just blowing out the Nevada Wolfpack in Reno, nonetheless, 54-3, 4-1 at this point in time. You've seen this team firsthand right now in 2019. This team has got to be for real, correct?
Well, this team offensively is really good. The stats don't lie. They're number 4 in passing in the country. They're number 5 in these are Cole McDonald stats, really. But they're also team stats. So number 4 in passing, number 5 in touchdowns, number 7 total offense. I don't think it's a fluke. I'll tell you what it goes back to. 2 years ago when they made the switch, they decided they couldn't compete with the Pac-12 teams for the big, fast kids. They were just getting beat out. The kids who were 6'2", 6'3", could really run, they weren't getting. So they made this decision. They noticed that the Pac-12 was passing, just skipping over the kids who were 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", who could flat fly. They didn't care how fast they were. If they weren't 5'11" or 6 feet, they weren't taking them. Hawaii decided, okay, we'll take them. And right now, Hawaii has the fastest receiving core in the Mountain West. It is not close. They were so much faster, the Hawaii receivers, than the Arizona defensive backs. And Arizona was very arrogant. They came in and saying, we're going to play man, we're going to beat you up, we're bigger, faster, stronger. Hawaii ran away from them. Despite having committed 6 turnovers, Hawaii scored 45 points in that game. Had they had the turnovers under control, they'd probably score 75. There's nobody in the Mountain West or the Pac-12 that can play man in the secondary against this Hawaii team, period.
Bobby, I look at the roster of the Hawaii Rainbows and again, too, the allure of coming to Hawaii to play football. And again, you have great student athletes within the islands there. But let's talk about the California connection that the University of Hawaii has had. And again, especially right there, mostly in Southern California. Talk about those student athletes that decide to go to the University of Hawaii instead of staying within the California ranks, or they're being wooed elsewhere. What's that attractiveness to play football at the University of Hawaii?
Have any of you guys ever been out here?
Absolutely, I've been to Aloha Stadium. Do you need for me to pack my bags? Absolutely, but I'm just saying, with the football program itself, though, that's what I'm saying, Bobby.
Okay, I think what there's a real family feeling here. First of all, you have 4 coaches that are former players. They love it here. It's not a stepping stone job for these guys. This is their destination. And I think the kids pick up on that. Not to mention, they're embraced not only on campus but in the community. The local kids take in the kids who come. Starts on their recruiting trip. They get to feel part of it. They're going to the kids. They're not just going, to around the restaurants like the way the most college recruiters do it. They're going to kids' homes. They're getting invited into families. And that is a huge attraction. I just think there's a certain kind of kid that really loves the family feeling. And when they come off the plane, and it's not just the physical plan and the beauty, but the friendliness, the being embraced in a family situation, it's very attractive to some certain kind of kid, and they come here very, very happily.
So let's look at the upcoming opponent, which would be the Boise State Broncos. You get to go to the Smurf Turf in Boise, Idaho, and usually, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, but usually when you take the Rainbows off the islands, they're a mortal team because, again, the Aloha Stadium belongs to Hawaii, and it's always tough to win there. But taking them off the islands, it's a different story this year. This is a ball club that I'm looking forward to this matchup against the Boise State Broncos, especially the way Colt McDonald's throwing the football.
Well, Hawaii's an 11.5-point underdog, and I think that's legit. Boise State is the class of the conference. That has been for quite some time. I mean, I think everybody who pays attention in the Mountain West knows this. Hawaii does have trouble sometimes away from home, but I think there's reasons for that. Just like opponents have trouble coming here. I mean, Hawaii has wins over Michigan State, Purdue, Alabama. They have beaten an incredible array of big-time teams here because it's hard to go all these time zones. I mean, it's hard for people coming here. What I get a kick out of is the coaches. Oh, my God, we have to go all the way to Hawaii. Well, we go to the mainland, and we do it 5 or 6 times every year. So I just think Hawaii kids kind of chuckle because they know it's going to be tough on the road, but no complaints. It's just let's go play. And I think this team in particular feels, they've only won once before in Reno, and that was the Sugar Bowl year when they were undefeated in the regular season. They did it by a last-second field goal. Here they go up. This team went up to Reno and beat them 54-3. It was as dominant a performance in conference as I've ever seen a Hawaii team play. I think this team, I'll say this, I don't know if they'll beat Boise State, but I do know this. They'll show up unified, and they are not afraid. They will go out thinking they can win the game. It's a little bit of a different attitude this year here.
Well, Bobby, at least talk about this matchup with Boise State again. They come into this contest ranked number 14 in the country, undefeated at 5-0. This game, at least happening here, Mountain Time, 8:15, and you can watch it coming up this weekend on ESPN2. But what would it take for Hawaii to get the upset, quote-unquote, upset win, to defeat this undefeated Boise State team on their home turf, especially where we're looking, we're getting snow here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Again, Boise expected to see some snow as well. Colder temperatures that those Hawaii Rainbow Warriors not at least accustomed to at this point in time. But what is it going to take for Hawaii to pull off this upset win on the mainland?
Got to be even in turnovers. Can't lose the turnover battle. Hawaii went into Reno last in the country, bottom, 130 out of 130 in turnover margin, and still was 3-1. If they are even in turnovers with Boise, they'll be in the game in the fourth quarter.
We're talking with Bobby Curran, who's the voice of the University of Hawaii Rainbows football team. Bobby, they always pencil in Hawaii in the Aloha Bowl. But I'm looking right now in this Western Conference of the Mountain West, and again, between San Diego State and I'll throw Fresno State in there for argument's sake, but Hawaii's got a very good shot at winning this West. So are they tied into the Aloha Bowl, or can they move on elsewhere?
Well, I think they are guaranteed now. It's codified, finally, at the Mountain West Conference meetings. The Commissioner, Craig Thompson, announced, because there was some feeling like San Diego State, before the Hawaii-San Diego State regular season finale in San Diego, their AD came out and said, well, we don't care if Hawaii's bowl eligible. We beat them, heads up. We want to go to the Hawaii Bowl. And I felt like that was unlikely to happen, but it was an issue until Hawaii beat San Diego State, and then it was moot. So the commissioner said, well, San Diego State was right in this respect. It had not been codified since the change in the bowl situation. It now is. So if Hawaii is bowl eligible, they go, no questions asked. If, however, Hawaii wins the Mountain West, if they win the Mountain West, they have to go this year. It's the last year of it, but this year they'll have to go to the bowl in Las Vegas. That would have to happen, because that's where the champion goes.
Right.
So as we kind of look into the future for this Hawaii team, again, the upcoming contest over in Boise, Idaho, a few other, at least Mountain West opponents that Hawaii will see this year. Air Force, for instance, traveled down to New Mexico. Fresno State coming out to the, at least, islands. Same with San Jose State. Traveling to Las Vegas to see UNLV, and San Diego State would be the final, at least, Mountain West opponent in conference play for the, at least, Hawaii team here in 2019. Now, as we're talking, or at least, again, more looking at that postseason bowl bid possibility for Hawaii, but as you see this team right now, does it have enough talent and tools to win that Mountain West championship and take down the Boise's or the Utah States of the Mountain Division?
I think Hawaii would compare very well with everybody, with the possible exception of Boise State. We'll find out on Saturday. Don't have long to wait on that one. I think before you start making grandiose claims about you're better than Boise, you got to beat them. And Hawaii has never managed that at Boise. In fact, the average margin of defeat for Hawaii's visits to Boise State's been 35 points. So they've very rarely even been competitive. But this is, I think, if you ask Brian Harsin, the Boise State coach, he'd tell you this is slow roll that stuff, because this is a different Hawaii team. I mean, I don't have any doubt that Hawaii will score and score abundantly against Boise State. The question is, can they get enough stops to win the game? And that I think, is in some doubt.
Again, looking forward to this contest again coming up this weekend between Boise State and Hawaii. As I mentioned again, 8:15 is the kickoff time on ESPN2. A little tongue-in-cheek question for you, Bobby. We're here in Wyoming, at least over the hill in Laramie, Wyoming, with the University of Wyoming, where we talk at least with beat writers or insiders about the teams coming up to Wyoming that are not used to that elevation. Now, looking at Hawaii, as we talked about, hey, cold, snow, it's not a thing out there. A lot of those players, even coming from the California ranks, don't at least ever see that in their lifetimes before joining at least this Hawaii team. Does Hawaii, find a way to prepare for conditions like they're going to see this weekend of the cold air by, finding a way to put them in a meat locker or something like that? I mean, do they prepare for those cold temperatures for these games in this Mountain West Conference?
Well, 10 days ago in Reno, it was 85 degrees at practice on Friday. This won't shock you guys, but on Saturday morning, it was 35 degrees. It was 38 at kickoff, and it dropped to 32, and there were snowflakes. There was snow flurries. So, you kind of think, uh-oh, trouble for Hawaii. Well, I think the result speaks for itself. Not only was it a trouble, it was as devastating, as amazing, an all-three-phase type win as I've ever seen a Hawaii team play. I doubt, or at least what I'm seeing does not indicate it's going to be the weather won't be any worse in Boise than it was in Nevada 2 weeks prior. So I actually think that they're kind of over that. I don't think they'll worry about it. I'll tell you right now, the toughest place Hawaii ever plays, in my opinion, is Laramie. I have to tell you guys just a very quick, funny story. So I'm in Laramie. We're staying at the Laramie Inn, and we're in their little bar, and we're talking to the bartender, and he's saying, his wife's a grad student. He said, I can't wait to get out of here, though. We said, why not? You don't like it? It seems like a small town, but it seems like a lot of fun. He says, I got to tell you this. He goes, my wife and I were so looking forward. We were going into the mountains for a 4th of July party. And he goes, this is this previous summer, and he goes, we got ready to go, and we got a call. It was snowed out on the 4th of July. So that's it. I'm done. So, in my opinion, the coldest game I can ever recall playing was about 4 years ago in Laramie. It was crazy. Our space heater in the press box went on fire. This guy's short. I'll tell you what, it was the scariest. I'll say this, we never stopped talking, but with the flames licking around your ankles, it was challenging.
Bobby, and you brought back memories too, because when I was doing the PA for the Cowboy basketball team way back when, I remember Riley Wallace and the basketball team always had about 3 tanks of oxygen there inside the AA. So they always made Hawaii realize that they were at 7,200 feet.
Yep. No, you feel it. I mean, I feel it going up to the top of the, to the press box when I'm at Laramie. So I look at it this: Boise's 4,000 feet, not a patch on Laramie.
Real quick here. Looking at and again, we're just getting into the conference portion of the program for both the West and the Mountain Division. Real quick, any surprises for you on your side of the bracket?
Well, I thought it was really shocking that San Jose State beat Arkansas at Arkansas. That was one that really got my attention. I felt good about it because their head coach was at one point here, Brent Brennan was a graduate assistant here and got elevated actually with an illness to one of the coaches. He ended up taking over as a grad student in a regular position and coached here. So he became, good friends with a lot of the people, still has relationships here. Everybody felt good for him. I think that's a surprise, and it's a little surprising to some that Fresno State has struggled out of the block. But, people forget this. They only returned 9 starters, the fewest in the conference, plus they lost Marcus McMarion. He was out, done with his eligibility, so they're breaking in a new quarterback and had very little returning experience. So I think you would say that might be a surprise because they were a runaway selection to win the West by the media, but I always thought that was going to be somewhat in question.
Well, Bobby, we want to thank you for taking the time to chat with us today. Have a safe journey to Boise, Idaho, and enjoy the calls on the Smurf turf there between your Rainbows as well as the Boise State Broncos.
Can't wait when I come back to Laramie, gentlemen, or Cheyenne. I know one thing: you get a great steak at a great price, and I never mind coming up to visit you guys. So you guys have a good one.
We'll drop by and say, hey, thank you so much, Bobby. Appreciate it. Bobby Curran, the voice of the University of Hawaii Rainbow football team, as the Rainbows will match up against the Boise State Broncos. The thing, too, Nick, with them, and we need to take a break, it's like for football, they're the Rainbow Warriors, and then basketball season, they're the Rainbow. So you'll hear me call them both Rainbow Warriors and Rainbows. All right, we do need to take a timeout, and when we come back, let me ask you this question, too. I know we also have Vic Fangio ready to rock and roll. Is Vic going to be coming up after the break?
We certainly can.
Okay, so we're going to hear the Vic Fangio press conference as well. Broncos picking up their first win this past Sunday.
Unfortunately, we were not able to get to it yesterday as we had it scheduled.
It
was a busy show. It had a lot of talk with LCCC women's soccer head coach Jim Garner, which, again, as I want to make this plug as well out there, which we haven't really done here on the show. Again, to find any previous, at least, interview, it is archived on our SoundCloud page, which you simply search for Wyoming Sports Talk Today, or, again, those links are available in posts, whether it's on the Facebook side of things for Wyoming Sports Talk Today, or do post them on Twitter as well, too. But, again, all of that is no longer on our website. Again, we have moved it over to SoundCloud, and, again, you just simply search for Wyoming Sports Talk Today, where it's all archived there for any interview that you've missed at any point in time.
Also, too, want to remind you, as Coach mentioned yesterday, all games that were scheduled for Friday have been moved now to Sunday. And depending on weather, field conditions, East High would be the Okie Blanchard Sports Complex will be the backup. But everything's tentatively scheduled for LCCC Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday is a for sure. Sunday, again, the games that were happening here in town against Trinidad State, again, have been moved. It will still be at LCCC Soccer Field, barring the conditions where, again, we've heard elevations of 3 inches to now, I do believe, 6 inches here, possibly in Cheyenne. But again, those games have been officially moved today for both men and women. Men will kick off at noon against Trinidad State. Women will be up next after that contest wraps up about tentative 2:30 there on Sunday. So again, those games no longer on Friday have been moved to Sunday.
And before we get to the 4 o'clock hour, we got more tickets to give away to the Sean Dubin Memorial Rodeo that'll be taking place this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the LCCC Rodeo Arena. So we got another busy show for you here on 1480 KRAE. Back with Vic Fangio after these words here on 1480 KRAE. The team at Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range, directly across from Powers Field and Menards, are proud sponsors of the student athletes for the 2019-2020 school year for high school and LCCC. Not only do they support the athletes, but they are ready for your next cater-out event, meeting, or gathering. A special thank you to Chick-fil-A and all they do for 1480 KRAE and our sister station KYOI-FM during the year. For more information, call Chick-fil-A at 638-4444. MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in Bow, Cheyenne, and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, 314 West 18th Street, or call 634-2151.
You can actually get something good for your health at a drive-through window. When you order your next prescription from Medicap Pharmacy, call ahead and use our drive-through window. Or you can call for free delivery. You can even log on to Medicap.com and order a prescription refill. Your Medicap pharmacist will call you to make arrangements for pickup or delivery.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
Hi, this is Dr. Ruby Zubrod with Brandt Audiology and Tinnitus, reminding you to hear the sounds of nature. Plan your next hunting trip to protect your hearing from the damage that comes from the harmful muzzle blasts by using good hearing protection. Brandt Audiology and Tinnitus can help with basic custom-fit earplugs to devices that can protect your hearing while allowing speech and sound to filter through. Call us at 307-426-4327 to make an appointment today or visit our website at brandtaudiology.com.
B&B Appliance and TV has been your locally owned appliance store for 49 years. Not only do we offer several major brands, we also service what we sell. And we have the largest parts department in Laramie County. Next time you're in a big box store, just ask to see their parts and service department. Then come visit the appliance experts at B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Avenue. Best brands, hometown service.
At Platte Valley Bank, we love to see our customers come through the door. Well, we know life can be busy and you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking products with features such as bill pay, recurring transfers, mobile deposit, and now digital wallet. At Platte Valley Bank, you can manage your money how you want, when you want. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
We're taking Cheyenne, Wyoming Sports Talk Radio to a whole new level. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Don't look at me. I think these people are completely nuts.
Stop this crazy thing! And it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Coach, do you have an update on Bosby and Holland?
Yeah, Hollins is, kind of week to week. There's a chance maybe even this week, or he could miss a couple weeks. It's kind of next few days will tell. Bos is doing good. No timetable on his return yet. He'll definitely miss some time. Don't know if it will be the entire rest of the season or not. These things, the first few days and week, will kind of tell the story.
Coach, what was the most significant thing in being able to finish that game?
Well, we kept getting stops in the second half on defense, which was good. And the last drive offensively, where we were able to run it well enough to get that last field goal to make it a 10-point game.
What's Bosby's injury exactly?
Yeah, something with the spinal area, compression or something. I don't know the technicality of it.
Will just be obviously just resting and then get examined?
I believe so, yeah. I don't think it's anything that requires drastic treatment. I think he just needs time.
With him out, with Bryce still out, will you guys need to add health care at quarterback?
Possibly. We'll look. But we got Devontae, who played yesterday, and we still have Ike. And, we'll see. I'm sure we'll look, but not a lot available right now.
How do you think Devontae Harris did play in that second half? What's he got a shot?
He did okay. I mean, it was obvious that they were going to go after whoever was in there at that time, and so he got a lot of action for his first action. And hopefully, if we decide to play him some more this week, he'll get more practice time on the field then. Whereas, the last few weeks, Boz and Ike has been getting the bulk of the practice time there, so we'll amp his practice time up more.
After watching the film, what did you think of Kareem Jackson's entire game, and how important is it to keep him at safety?
He played well. That was pretty obvious. Yeah, we'd like to keep him there. I make no secret of that. But he possibly, you can argue, can play other positions better than the people we have there. So we got to weigh all that in the final analysis. But it would be my preference to keep him at safety.
What about Mike Purcell and Alexander Johnson, given the success of the defense? Would you like to keep them in with the starters?
Yeah, they both played well enough to continue.
What does that mean for Adam Gotsis?
Well, we'll just, we keep 5 defensive linemen active. Doesn't have to be the same 5 every week. And that's as we get into game planning and checking the opponent out and seeing what we think we need, who the best 5 would be for that game, we'll make that the decision.
With Purcell there, it looked like Shelby shifted over.
He did. Yeah, he played pretty good at end. Mike's can play the run well from the nose tackle position, and Shelby's versatile. He can go out and play the end position. So that was the combination we went with.
So Purcell obviously really good against the run. How else does he need to grow to become more of an every down guy for you?
Maybe add a little pass rush in there every now and then and expand his range down the line. But I think Mike played about the way we thought he would play.
Coach, how would you assess special teams?
Well, anytime you give up a touchdown, that's not a good day for the special teams overall. The punt was a little too low. We didn't have much hang time. There was too much separation between the returner when he caught it and our guys covering. And, but we could have covered it better. They still would have got some decent yards, but we could have covered it better than we did. So anytime in special teams you give up a touchdown like that, that's a black mark on the day. Much like for a lot of positions, you may have a good day overall, but when you have that big one bad one, kind of is a downer.
Are you comfortable with Deontay Spencer fielding the ball inside of the 10-yard line are you comfortable with that?
No.
Okay.
He's not doing what he's been coached to do there.
Do you have a conversation with him, or do you leave it up to Coach McMahon?
Both.
What do you make of Malik Reed, his first time as a starter?
Overall, he did decent. He got, about 60 plays, I think, and that's a lot of plays for a guy that hadn't been playing that much, and he's still on a special teams unit or two. I thought he did fine, and I expect him to keep improving. Didn't seem like the game was too big for him, and played hard, which he always does, and the game's important to him. So overall, pleased.
Coach, what do you think is the key for better success offensively in the third quarter?
Well, that's a multi-faceted question with a lot of answers potentially. One is we got to avoid getting in 3rd and longs. And we got in 3rd and longs because we didn't run it well when we did run it in those drives. We got a penalty or 2 on those drives. We got a sack on those drives, which translate in the 3rd and long. So it's a bunch of things. When you're moving the ball good on offense for any team, you're having minimal 3rd downs. You seem to go first, second, first, second, first, and then maybe 1 3rd down that you get converted. And we had too many of those negative plays, which got it in the 3rd and long.
What was the key to the rush defense? Was it the guys just take it personally after the Jacksonville game, or was it just better technique, change personnel? What did you see different when you watched the film?
Probably a little bit of everything you said, and plus we got out to the 17-0 lead there, which lasted well into the third quarter, well into the punt return. You know, so when they would try a run or two, and if it wasn't, they didn't get a lot of success with it, and you're down 17, you know, all of that plays in there.
Is the pass rush still successful in your eyes?
I was spotty. You know, there was some times, as you noticed there, on particular some third downs, we only rushed 3. We felt we needed to give our coverage a little extra help. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't good enough either.
Coach, there's obviously, a level of desperation when you're trying to get your first win in 5 tries. Your team seemed to have clearly a little bit extra something yesterday. How do you keep that going, knowing you guys really can't afford to lose many games?
Well, just show it to them. You know, just like last week when we showed to them how we failed and why we failed. Now show them why we were successful, and hopefully you can build on that.
Sanders only had 1 target. Is his quad bothering him, or is it just the nature of the game? What on Manuel?
No, his quad wasn't bothering him. I mean, he had to come out there for a minute or two there, but he was targeted twice that I know because I watched it. I mean, one of the big fallacies in stat world is penalties don't get. It's like they get thrown away, and as you saw yesterday, we had 4 PI/holding penalties called against us, which are major impactful plays, but for the statistical world, they don't exist. You know, and Emmanuel caught a pass, a first down, and he got interfered with, which gave us a first down on another one. So 2 targets. Yeah, the way the game played out, you know, the receivers didn't get a lot of targets yesterday. It wasn't just Emmanuel. I mean, Cortland had a couple big catches, which stand out, but he didn't get a lot of targets either. So I think that's just the way the game went.
Alexander Johnson, he played a ton in the preseason and camp. Then we didn't see him for 4 games, and then he had a big impact yesterday. What happened in the 4 games that he had to come along or develop, or what did you want to see him do that he wasn't on the field in the first 4 games?
Well, you know, he's a young guy who needs to master his craft a little bit better, meaning assignment-wise and details. But I always knew he was eventually going to get in there somehow, some way, because he does have talent. But the worst thing you can sometimes do with a guy like that is get him in there too early for a lot of reasons. One, he might not be ready, and he might think he hasn't made. He needed to earn some stripes on the special teams and improve there. And I had a feeling he would go in and play well yesterday. Now, was he perfect? You saw a lot of good plays, but the plays you didn't notice, you know, there was some accidents ready to happen that didn't get exploited, and he needs to clean those up. And that's part of the reason, not the only reason, that he hadn't played much earlier.
You talked about for a few more for the coach. Stats can be deceptive, so Vaughn doesn't get a sack, but it looked like he was very disruptive in the running game. What did you see from his overall game yesterday?
He was close a few times. Thought his rush was okay. I think he's capable of better, but he was coming free some and did help the pass defense in that way. Run defense was up and down a little bit, made some good plays. A lot of stuff was away from him, so it was kind of uneventful.
What do you expect Joe Walton? There are times when it looks like he's being held quite a bit and there's no calls. Are those things you send to the league? Do you bring it up, or is it just kind of?
Sometimes. He was grossly held on that long run that we gave up last week, you know, right at the point of attack, and, you know, as was verified. So, yeah, it's happening, but what do you want me to do?
Coach, I know each game.
You think Juwan James will practice fully this week and play Sunday?
He's going to practice more than he did last week, is the hope, and then we'll see how he does.
What about Josie?
Same thing.
Coach, I know
Last one, please.
I know each game dictates a different game plan, but will there be a concerted effort to get Phil Lindsay the ball more, knowing what he's been doing with the added touches?
Well, we'd always like to base our offense, you know, off the run game and get the play-action game going off of that. So Phillips, as is Royce, also a big part of our plan every week.
One of the best warranties in America. The new 2020 Kia Sportage comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. With the 2020 Kia Sportage, you get a new updated exterior, plenty of standard technology, driver-assisted features, and 2 available engines with available all-wheel drive. Come into Kia of Cheyenne. Call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com and we'll make it easy. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or a retailer for details.
First Tier Bank's drives remain competitive and offer some of the best CD rates in the community, as well as area banks and credit unions per Rate Watch reports. How does that make a difference to you? First Tier Bank can assist you in securing some of the best rates on CDs. First Tier Bank offers the personalized customer service you've grown accustomed to and deserve. Plus, feel confident that your finances are taken care of by a responsible, knowledgeable staff. Call 307-632-3500 and ask for Caitlin or Debbie. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Cheyenne's oldest coin dealer and supplier, The Coin Shop, is proud to serve the community since 1982. Trade or sell your gold, silver, and other precious metals. Visit with David and the knowledgeable staff for a fair and honest assessment of your valuables. Located at 510 West Lincoln Way. Call them today at 778-7196 to schedule your personal consultation.
For almost 60 years, 1480 KRAE has been Cheyenne's home for good times and great oldies. Add to that live play-by-play sports featuring high school football and basketball, along with LCCC men's and women's basketball. Now combo that with KYOY FM and you have Cheyenne and the area's only locally owned AM and FM radio stations. But we don't stop there. We also have 2 FM translators which serve the area with programming from both KRAE and KYOY. And that equals a lot of bang for your advertising dollar. Radio yesterday and now today, along with our websites, web streams, and digital ventures makes us your one-stop shop. For more information, please call Don Morris at 307-637-0301.
Welcome to the biggest thing in tacos since tacos. Introducing the Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. That's right, we said it. Perfecto. That's Spanish for perfect. We redesigned it with an aerodynamic shell to give you the best bite every bite. Choose between seasoned to perfection beef, chili lime chicken, or upgrade to hand-carved sirloin steak. Sure, it was hard to perfect, but it's easy to eat. The Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be partly sunny with highs around 66 and winds of the south at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Then for tonight, it'll be cloudy with snow likely throughout the evening with lows around 15 and winds out the north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. On Thursday, it'll be cloudy once again with snow likely throughout the day with highs around 23. And on Thursday night, it'll be partly cloudy with snow likely throughout the evening with lows around 9.
You bleed brown and gold? So do we. Wyoming Cowboys football and basketball is always front and center on this show. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's here on AM 1480 KRAE.
A Braves fan, you're in Cumberland, Georgia at SunTrust Park right now, and you paid some good wampum for a ticket today, and you watch your Bravos give up 10 runs in the first inning to St. Louis. And, oh, by the way, in the second inning, they've given up another run. So we are moving to the top of the second in the key fifth and deciding game of the NLDS, with the series not up to 2 games apiece. St. Louis leads 11-0.
Yeah, but you've seen wackier things in these playoff series where, again, is it pretty much St. Louis is winning this contest? Yeah, I think without a doubt. But you've seen wacky things. Again, St. Louis has been at the front and foremost of a lot of those kind of postseason come from behinds or at least magical moments. Seems like for St. Louis, though, they've been more fortunate enough and they already had one moment with one Yadier Molina in the, at least I do believe, in Game 4.
Right.
But it does seem like, again, yes, you might as well just say, yes, St. Louis is moving on, but You never say never in the postseason.
And you know how I am about baseball, and you and me, when we go to a game, we're there early.
Yeah.
And we would be there for batting practice if they allow us to get in there for batting practice. Okay? The thing I hate, and I've said this many times, I hate people that come in there in the second or third inning, and there's just happy-go-lucky folks, and they can come in late as they want. Imagine those that are running late today and get into the ballpark and they miss St. Louis with 10. You're thinking to yourself, you're driving to the ballpark and you're going, do I really want to go now?
Yeah, again,
you're down 11-0.
I mean, you bought the tickets, and again, if you are that diehard fan, you still show up now, no matter what. And hopefully Braves are able to pull something out, which, again, I don't foresee. So
they need to pull their heads out first.
Yeah, but either way, though, again, for Atlanta, again, at least for those fans, if you're diehard enough, you invested enough money in it, you still go. Still say, hey, you were part of a playoff experience. It is what it is. But never say never of what could happen in the postseason. Could this Braves team come from behind, add runs? Again, it's a team that does produce a lot of offense, but it's hard to believe that they'll come back here in game number 5.
A, it's not Coors Field, and B, it's not the old launching pad at Fulton County Stadium. So, with that being said, they have now moved to the bottom of the second, 11-0 in favor of St. Louis. As we mentioned prior to the Vic Fangio press conference, we have more tickets to give away, and this is to the upcoming Sean Doobie Memorial Rodeo. And again, this is a very special event that takes place all weekend long. You'll be inside, so you don't have to worry about the elements. You'll be inside at the Laramie County Community College Rodeo Arena. Again, a great facility to watch rodeo action if you have not been in there. Trust me, I have. You're going to enjoy some great rodeo action. Matter of fact, hopefully we'll get some more info on what's going to be going on at the Sean Doobie Memorial Rodeo from our LCCC head coach, Seth Klaus. So hopefully we will chat with him at length tomorrow.
Yeah, we
and
will.
Maybe a student athlete?
Yeah, a student athlete or two as well. So, but again, those comments coming up tomorrow on Wyoming Sports Talk today. But yes, as we're giving away prize packs, so to speak, here on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Gave away one yesterday, one today, and then one tomorrow. In this prize pack, it does include 2 tickets, a pair of tickets to go see Friday's, at least rodeo events, which at least start at 7 o'clock. Saturday's events, which also do happen at 7, and Sunday's events that happen at 11 a.m., again, over at the LCCC Arena. On top of the prize pack, we do give away a pair of goodies to go see our friends over at Chick-fil-A at the corner of Del Range and Windmill. So, again, thank you all who have entered on the Facebook side of things by just simply going to Wyoming Sports Talk Today's Facebook page. It's pinned at the top of that page, how you go and at least enter for a chance to win this prize pack. Again, thank you to all who have entered so far. Again, if you do not win today, you do have one more shot tomorrow to win this fantastic prize pack. So, again, going to the Fishbowl of Awesomeness, giving it a good shake. Our winner today will be one Titus Hall. Congratulations, Titus Hall. You have won today. Again, this fabulous prize pack to go see LCCC in action, at least the rodeo team, at the Sean Doobie Memorial Rodeo coming up this weekend. Again, I will contact you on Facebook of how you come by, pick up your prize pack, and go and check out the rodeo all 3 days.
Just like yesterday's winner, Donna Arnold, came by just as we were getting the show underway here this afternoon. So, again, don't snooze or lose on these tickets, because I think we had a pair of football tickets that did not get picked up for the last game, I do believe.
Well, that person who did not pick it up is now pretty much on the
ineligible?
Is on the barred list of,
not barred. You're just ineligible to win prizes.
I'm the one that sets up all this stuff. So again, if I want to borrow them, go right ahead. Again,
but you never. We didn't know. We didn't know what the excuse was.
I give you plenty of time, though.
All right.
Either way, but yes, I at least again, please come by. Don't let these go to waste. Again, it is for a great cause coming up this weekend. And go out, support the LCCC rodeo team as they compete in this Memorial Rodeo. Again, happening at the LCCC Arena this weekend. It's not changing. Those times are not changing due to weather because, again, it's all inside in that heated arena.
Well, I want to go back to baseball here since we got 3 minutes before we go to the top of the hour. And this is starting to get interesting because, first off, the mayor of Oakland is a complete blithering idiot. Libby Schaaf.
We've already said that.
Yeah, and she confirmed in a television interview yesterday that Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred warned city officials that the Athletics could relocate to Las Vegas if the city didn't drop its lawsuit to stop Alameda County from selling its share of the Coliseum to the team.
Yeah.
Manfred,
Which again has been in the works for quite some time.
Right.
That was a big topic conversation between the mayor and also too the Oakland A's of saying, hey, just sell us this land so we can take over it. And this, at least where the mayor said, no, it's not going to happen. A's basically said, well, if you're not going to sell us the land, then we're going to find new digs,
yeah.
which they did, or at least the anticipation was there at Jack London Square in downtown Oakland, where this new facility was going to exist for the Oakland A's. They were not looking to move out of Oakland, but essentially get away from the Coliseum and move north.
And I really, as I'm really pouring it on Libby Schaaf, I really should take it further back because he ended up being governor again, but he was also the mayor of Oakland at the time. That was old Moonbeam, Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown he basically turned his back on the Oakland A's. And again, as you look at California's in such dire straits because of the stupidity out there. The A's are wanting this. Oakland doesn't want to bend, but now they're kind of being forced to bend. Now Major League Baseball came and said, look, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Because we'll physically move them.
And again, how they're going to do it, where at least right now what exists in Las Vegas, baseball-wise, again, brand new stadium in Summerlin, at least Nevada, which, again, is on the west side near the mountains, west edge of Las Vegas, at least metro area. That Las Vegas Aviators team, again, formerly known as the 51s, again, AAA franchise to the New York Mets, when they moved to Summerlin, became and rebranded as the Aviators, are now the official AAA club for the Oakland A's. So Could it be a possibility? Is there enough land out there in Las Vegas to get this done, or could it be something that with that brand new Raiders stadium, could they convert that as they do currently with the Coliseum to make it a ballpark for the Oakland A's? We'll see. We'll see. Again, there are possibilities out there. Again, Las Vegas has plenty of land for development. Clearly, as again, you're building.
Do you think they're going to welcome the Oakland A's with open arms in Las Vegas?
I think so.
Hell yeah! And again, this is what this mayor does not this is what they don't understand there in the upper echelon of government, or they don't care.
I don't think they care because clearly, again, you've lost the Warriors who now play in Chase Center in San Francisco.
What do you do?
Raiders are on the move. Well, again, who knows what's going to happen with Oracle, especially because, again, you got the brand new Chase Center, which is already hosted. It's got the WWE events, concerts, Golden State Warrior games. Now, that's where all those venues are, or at least those entertainer and artists are going to is, all right, I'll go to San Francisco. No longer have to slum it here in the Oracle Arena there in kind of the rough area of at least South Oakland.
Yeah.
Again, that's going to fade away, and we'll see if that gets renovated or just demolished. Again, that's to be determined by the city of Oakland. And again, the Coliseum, we know how rough and bad that place is, how much of a dump it is, but it's up to the city. They've lost the Raiders, they've lost the Warriors, and they're on the brink of losing the A's. And the A's have already said a couple times, hey, if you don't help us out, we're willing to move.
Yeah.
They've already said, hey, we were looking at Fresno, we were looking up north. Now, again, MLB's stepping in saying, we'll move into Las Vegas.
You got the commissioner's blessing now, and the commissioner is suggesting.
Yeah.
And again, he's not basically telling Oakland, get off the schneid. Basically saying, if you guys are going to be this brutal and stupid, and that's the bottom line, they're being stupid. The city government of Oakland is going to force the A's out of town.
Yeah.
Not the fans, because you know as well as I do how the Raider fans are, how they are very...
Well, they're definitely diehard out there.
But they're dying a slow death every home game with the Raiders, knowing that this is the last season in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
With the A's the same way. They may not draw the 3 million that the Rockies draw. But the bottom line is there is a hardcore group of Oakland A's fans that have been going to those games for, 40 years.
Well, and there's a resurgence of also too with at least owner Dave Cavall, who does own the Earthquakes, who
and
again
Billy,
is revitalizing.
and Billy Bean, what he's done with the team.
I'm not even talking Billy Bean, but I'm talking ownership now, where again you have a committed owner in Cavall, who again is a part ownership with the San Jose Earthquakes MLS team, where again they put them in a brand new stadium, just right do believe. Just to the west of San Jose, at least International Airport down there. Again, a brand new, beautiful stadium. But we're talking the same guy that's looking, and he's come out and said, hey, we're looking to get this Oakland A's team. We're trying to get fans in. We're trying to reinvent this team, have at least the community rally around us. I mean, they've done such things of, hey, turn in your Giants hat, you get a brand new Oakland A's hat instead, as they're trying to convert fans on over, get them back on that A's train and get them out to the Coliseum. But it is something that ownership group is investing into the team, is trying to do what's best for the team and saying, hey, the Coliseum is not it. Let us buy the land. Again, this was months ago where they came out and said, let us buy that land so you don't have to do anything with it. We saw how many of those artists' renditions of turning the Coliseum and revitalizing it to basically taking one wall down to make it a green park and kind of make it no longer that concrete jungle out there. They've looked into this, but the city of Oakland has just been hard-headed for whatever reason, and just now makes it even more tough. And does Oakland, the city proper, deserve the A's at this point in time? No.
And again,
I think if anything, this is perfect. Where again, now this city has no professional teams, or at least they're moving towards.
They deserve everything they're getting. And again, just real quick here, so we got to get to the top of the hour. Oakland had sued Alameda County to block its sale of its shares of the Coliseum to the A's, and a judge issued a temporary restraining order last week blocking the transaction. The A's, who want to build a new stadium, it is no bones made about it, at the Howard Terminal on the waterfront, and redevelop the land around the Coliseum, which you just mentioned, are hoping that it would subsidize the cost of a privately owned new stadium. A's president Dave Cavall said last week that the franchise was blindsided by the restraining order being granted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Schaff, the mayor, told KTVU Television that the city's lawsuit was filed over her objection.
Whatever. I don't trust her. We already know.
We've gone down that road. Don't need to go any further. All right, we are going to move into the 4 o'clock hour. We've got more of Wyoming Sports Talk today. We're back after this.
This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne.
Also being heard on translator K266CC Cheyenne at 101.1 FM.
What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
As we move into hour number 2 of Wyoming Sports Talk Today, we want to thank all of these fine folks. And again, without them, they make, well, let's put it this way, the program's not possible. So we thank Joe and the crew over at Mondello's Pizzeria. Open 7 days a week. Delicious Paisan Italian cuisine. 7 days a week. You can't go wrong when you dine at Mondello's Pizzeria. First Year Bank, right across the street at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. As you will see, banking done the old-fashioned way. Customer service, always first and foremost, Monday through Friday. We want to thank Lennox Auto Body over on Dunn Avenue, the Auto Glass and Detail Center on Pershing Boulevard, both part of Lennox Enterprises, serving our community for over 25 years. B&B Appliance and TV. They have been a part of our community for over 50 years at 714 Central Avenue. Medicap Pharmacy, same location as always, Bluegrass Circle, next door to Texas Roadhouse. Chick-fil-A at the corner of Windmill and Delrange across from Powersfield and Menards. Again, enjoy that delicious mac and cheese on the menu now, as well as for a limited time, and you still can pick one up. Their frosted caramel coffee. 2 convenient drive-thrus or dine in. 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner from Chick-fil-A. Pine Valley Bank has 2 banking locations. You can see them on the east side right there at the corner of College and Pershing, the original location on Vanda High. We also want to thank Kia of Cheyenne on Nation Way. 19s need to move. 20s already on the lot. So, again, get behind the wheel of a Kia, again, from the Kia family. Take home one of your dreams this evening by shopping at Kia of Cheyenne on Nation Way. And we want to thank Taco John's of Cheyenne, all over the place in Cheyenne. You'll find them on KRAE Avenue. You'll find them on Yellowstone Road. Taco John's right by us on Del Range and Ridge. Taco John's on Pershing and Ridge. And right now, for the time being, the Taco John's food truck inside the Outlaw Saloon parking lot. But the new facility on South Greeley Highway being remodeled absolutely looks fantastic. And we get our program underway. It's being brought to you by our good friends at Pepsi of Cheyenne. It's scoreboard time. We'll go first to Nick.
LCCC women's volleyball in action last night in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, as they took on Western Nebraska Community College, where they unfortunately lost that contest 3-1. So with that loss, LCCC falls to 4-20 overall. NHL action for tonight, 3 games on the slate, where you will see the Buffalo Sabres at home. They will host the Montreal Canadiens. New Jersey Devils will travel to Philadelphia to see the Flyers at the Wells Fargo Center. That could be seen on NBC Sports Network tonight. And after that game wraps up, also too on NBC Sports Network, the Vancouver Canucks. I do believe at Rogers Place out there in Vancouver, Canada, they will host the LA Kings. So that's what's happening. NHL action for tonight. Do want to remind folks coming up this Friday here on 1480 AM, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com. It's where you can hear this contest. Video live streaming on Periscope via Twitter and the 1480KRAE YouTube channel. We will have the Capital City Bowl between Cheyenne East and Cheyenne Central. East will host this contest at Oakey Blanchard Sports Complex. 6 p.m. kickoff coming up this Friday, 5:20-ish tentative pregame show here on 1480 KRAE. Looking forward to this contest as it is, week 5, I do believe, or week 6? No, it's week 6, game 7, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, again, as we have to work with that 0 week here in 2019. So, again, as the season now winds down, as we're down to the final remaining games here in 2019 before playoffs are here.
Well, and also, too, you want to mention on Friday, it's the Battle of the Eastern Laramie County, as that is officially week 6, as it'll be Burns traveling to Pine Bluff. So it'll be the Bronx taking on the Hornets.
And again, that's 2A taking on 1A.
And again, we already know that the Bronx are a pretty strong outfit. Pine Bluff has been having their struggles.
Yeah, Pine does have 1 win on the season, but again, they have struggled mightily. We'll see how this one goes. You would assume favor, at least go to the Bronx of Burns.
Right. Major League Baseball, and there's 2 games on the slate. They're both from the National League Divisional Series. These are Game 5s as we have moved to the top of the 3rd inning in Atlanta or Cumberland, Georgia at SunTrust Park. Cardinals are, I won't even use the term, but they are putting a whooping on the Bravos. I mean, they're taking them out to the woodshed right now. 11-0 as they've reached the top of the 3rd inning. 6:37 Mountain Time from Chavez Ravine, Dodger Stadium. It will be the Nationals and the Dodgers. This is one, if you are a pitching fan like me, definitely want to watch this one because Steven Strasburg gets the call for the Nats. He's usually pretty stingy on runs, and Walker Buehler pretty stingy for the Dodgers as well. Watch tonight be a 10-9 game. But anyway, Strasburg and Buehler, great matchup for Game 5 from Dodger Stadium. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
At Mountain Dew, we say here's to the doers. The people who know you gotta do what you gotta do.
Who do it big.
Then do it bigger.
Who don't just watch.
So if there's something you want to do, here's a little advice.
Grab yourself an ice-cold Mountain Dew.
And get to it.
That's right. Get going.
Get started.
Stand up.
Jump up.
Grab hold of it.
Throw down on it.
Run with it.
Now. Right now.
Not tomorrow.
Not next week.
Next month.
Next year. Work it out.
Grind it out.
Get stoked.
Get passionate.
And do it.
Do it till it hurts.
Do it till you can't.
Do it till you've done it.
And most of all, don't ask how other people do it.
Don't ask how you should do it.
Don't ask if it can be done.
Don't ask if it's ever been done.
Because there are those who don't.
And those who do.
At Mountain Dew, we say, let's do.
Let's do.
Let's do.
Let's do.
Do the do.
Got something to say? Then get it off your chest right now. Phone lines are open at 307-514-1071. Make your opinion count and call the show. Wyoming Sports Talk today.
Well, in hour number one, we want to thank Bobby Curran, the voice of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, for joining us live from Hawaii, as we appreciate him talking a little bit about Rainbow football. And again, too,
I've been trying to get him on for at least couple days now here on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Unfortunately, he had to deal with at least oral surgery, so at least good to know that he is well recovered and again ready to at least give the radio call coming up this weekend.
Well, and again, too, you know, that run and shoot offense that they run there, again, they're putting a lot of points on the board. Ask Nevada that when they came to Reno.
Yeah.
It should be an interesting game. Again, if I'm and he said 11 points. I looked at the latest line. Boise's favored by 12.5. And again, anything can happen. Whether it's cold weather, we don't know.
Nevada was heavily favored in their contest against Hawaii, if I do remember correctly. And again, we know what happened. They're 54-3 in favor of Hawaii. Where again, this team, outside of people dogging on them for the two Pac-12 of saying, well, of course they won at Hawaii. They should win at Hawaii. Well, they did, and they took down. Again, albeit Oregon State, not a Pac-12 powerhouse, but again, still part of the Power 5 conference. Arizona, again, still a part of that same conference as well. You struggled against Washington there in Seattle. No surprise, though. Very good Huskies team out in the Pac-12. Again, a top 25 ranked team. Again, you had an easy one back at the Islands, but again, the true test, or at least more of a litmus test for Hawaii going to Reno and taking down in the fashion that they did against the Nevada Wolfpack, who I thought was a very talented team. I have the utmost respect for this Rainbow Warriors team.
And they have a belief.
Could they get it done against Boise? Absolutely.
Yeah, they have a belief now that, hey, we can play off the islands.
Yeah.
So, and again, too, you look at what could possibly be weather conditions, but anything can happen in college football. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen. If Hawaii would pull off this upset, boy, they're in the driver's seat for that Western Division.
If Hawaii beats Boise, I think it's pretty safe. I'm not going to crown them immediately, but it's a team that puts their hat definitely saying this. They could be Mountain West
champions. Yeah, they'll have a very good shot.
Well, and again, you look at the rest of at least of the West Division. San Diego State 4-1. Again, those two will meet up eventually, and we'll see what happens, barring at least this weekend's contest down in San Diego between the Cowboys and the Aztecs. But again, Hawaii does have a few tests coming up. Air Force might be a little bit of a tough go of it. Air Force, even though looked again kind of lost in a surprising fashion, but again, not too much against Navy. But either way, again, you have Air Force, you'll have New Mexico, or at least not New Mexico. Who am I saying again? New Mexico is a joke, but Fresno State, and also too, at least later down the line, as I mentioned, San Diego State. So more tests coming up. But outside of that, again, New Mexico, UNLV is on the slate for them. San Jose State, even though San Jose State, even Bobby mentioned it, that was probably the biggest surprise so far, and I think that's without question again for the Spartans getting it done in Fayetteville against Arkansas, an SEC team. Who would have figured? Where San Jose State has been irrelevant in the Mountain West for quite some time. They're the joke. They've been a joke even when they moved over from the WAC, but
you know, with Boise State, and I think you'll agree with me on this, you know, they always seem to be a half step ahead of everybody. I mean, they've got the quality student athlete that's a little bit quicker than everybody else. That's why they've been so good for all these years.
Well, and again, that's for Boise State. It's no longer reload for them like other programs, like for Wyoming or maybe a Utah States of the world, Air Force. No, Boise is that established program in the country. Again, it's well known for
they reload, everybody else rebuilds.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's something for the Broncos. But Boise State has no issue. Again, you can get those top, those 4-star, 5-star athletes to come out to Boise State because they know what to expect. Also, too, is it something that Boise, again, playing in the Mountain West Conference where you have stints like this where they are undefeated, where Boise is a favorite team year in and year out to win the Mountain West Conference, do get that respect to go to higher level bowl games like we saw last year of the Mountain West basically maneuvering things to say, okay, let's get you to that bowl.
Right.
Granted, they did not compete in it due to the lightning delay, so it was a complete wash for the Boise State Broncs, but either way, it is a well-known program across the land. You go back to where they were in the Fiesta Bowls of the world, a team that, going undefeated was entertained of why are they getting snubbed from the national title picture. Again, folks around at least the nation know who they are, and that's just true respect of what they've done out there.
Well, the thing with Hawaii, when they come off the islands, as Nevada found out, Hawaii is a very fast team as well. So, stride for stride, these two teams are going to match up very well coming up at Albertson Stadium.
You would hope so, but again, the at least spread does not indicate, again, 12.5-point favorite as of right now in favor of Boise State at home, which, again, they are near tough, near unbeatable at the blue turf. It is just whatever magic that turf has and just how it allows them to continue to get victories there and just be immortal is amazing. It's kind of the same thing with Hawaii on the islands. But you look at with Boise State, again, early on in this season at FSU, at least Florida State getting the close victory there, 36-31. Marshall, 14-7, but that was at Boise. That was kind of the scare for the Broncs early on in the season. But we'll see if that's something that Hawaii looks into, of how Marshall got it that close and how they almost came away with a victory against Boise State, if they could use that in their playbook coming up this weekend. Portland State, Jan, you should have beaten them at home, and they did, 45-10. The interesting one was, again, at home against Air Force, 30-19 in favor of Boise State. And on the road again against UNLV, no surprise there. They took care of business, 38-13. So, for Boise State, you look at it so far, 2 or at least guaranteed 1 test, especially on the road, but even at home with Air Force, it's a team that's tested at this point, and we'll give it their all, so to speak, against Hawaii coming up.
Well, and here's the other marquee matchup, the Cowboys and San Diego State coming up this Saturday night. That will be the late night contest. Here's where the Cowboys are going to be put to the test. San Diego State really may not be that powerhouse offensive team that we've always seen in the past.
No.
They're making their money off defense right now. You want to rush against the San Diego State Aztecs, they're only giving up 135 yards a game.
Which is, again, absolutely phenomenal. Again, not knowing where the ranking is, but, again, a Cowboys team that even with your quarterback, Sean Chambers.
45.4. That's what they're rushing per game. They're giving up only 45 yards a game on the ground.
So for Wyoming, that's not good news. That's not good news when you are pretty much at least one-dimensional at this point in time, where you are a run-heavy, run-first team, and then Sean Chambers, hey, when we're desperate, then you can air out the ball and give that opportunity, where, again, he's averaging, at this point in time, 15 attempts per game.
Well, and put it in perspective, gang, the Cowboys average 248 yards rushing a game. San Diego State gives up 45 yards. What does that tell you? That front, along with that linebacking
what that
core,
tells you,
is gonna be
what that tells you is also too with a example.
Here's the test.
But I'm just saying with an example as well too, to kind of back it up, or at least showcase off the San Diego State team, which hopefully we are able to at least talk. Been in at least contact with a few Aztec insiders to get on the show, so hopefully we'll be able to tomorrow. But for San Diego State, you look at one contest of note where they got away with a victory in a close fashion. That would be at home against Weber State. Again, Weber State, the FCS Big Sky team it's got the talent. And again, a Weber State team that has, throughout its program's history, been competitive against Mountain West teams. For instance, again, they've been competitive against Wyoming back in the day. San Diego State was tested in that contest to start out the season, but they came away with the victory 6-0. So, yes, that tells me right there that, yes, San Diego State does have issues getting points on the board. That offense does have a slow go to it, so to speak, but that defense can basically pick up the ball.
They can shut you down.
Yeah, the defense can pick up the ball, save that team, and get you that victory no matter what.
And again, here's some of the numbers. They average 20 points a game. So this is not a typical San Diego State offensive team that is going to just beat you with the pass.
No.
They are averaging only 11 points defensively,
which is phenomenal.
Cowboys scoring 31 a game and giving up 20 points a game. So basically, if you look at, and again, you play numbers, you can throw everything into a computer. San Diego State is still favored in this contest. It's a nervous 3.5 points.
As they should be.
But again, if they score 20 points, and that's what the Cowboys give up, basically they should win.
Yeah, in theory, on paper, without a doubt. And you look at the schedule for San Diego State. Again, you had the one victory 6-0 against Weber State at San Diego. You went on the road up to Pasadena to take on UCLA, where San Diego State did get the victory against the Bruins in that contest, 23-14. So an impressive win there, a test, so to speak, against a Power 5 team for San Diego State, where they did get the win, taking care of business against New Mexico State. No surprise there, 31-10. The only loss that they've had on the season, as they are 4-1, losing at home against a good Utah State team. Again, no disrespect there. It was competitive as well. Utah State got away with that victory, 23-17. So, again, not a snub against San Diego State. They were competitive in that contest. And then you look at what happened this past weekend on the road in Fort Collins, taking down Colorado State. Again, didn't blow them out, but still a 14-point victory for San Diego State, 24-10. So that's where we stand. Utah, UCLA, probably the two biggest opponents at this point in time for San Diego State. You would assume San Diego State could handle a Wyoming team that is run-heavy, one-dimensional. Again, that defense should slow it down, where this might be a long game for the Cowboys, where a team that is, in previous contests, struggled to get points early in this contest, might struggle to put points on the board completely.
They might struggle on the ground, especially if San Diego State decides to load the box and challenge. I mean, I would venture to say that San Diego State will dare the Wyoming Cowboys to throw. And again, this is no knock against Chambers. I think Chambers in the pocket is a good quarterback. He's got the cannon. When you get him on the run, he's not a good running, throwing quarterback.
Yeah.
So
he's clearly not accurate. We know that. Wide receivers, and at least it's more so the receiver core that just cannot hang on to those footballs that are thrown by Sean Chambers. So again, it's not all on him. It's that just offense in general that is having its issues here, there, everywhere at this point in time in every contest that we've seen. But again, Wyoming is a fortunate enough 4-1 at this point in time going into this, where for the Cowboys, this is a big game. This is a game where
huge.
This is something, if you are able to get away with the victory on the road against at least San Diego State, that gives you more respect in the conference. I think that's a quality win to look, at least to get them closer to bowl eligibility, for those bowl committees to go, okay, Mizzou, and now we'll add San Diego State too. You got some quality wins here now.
It's interesting too, because the over-under right now in this contest, and I think back to many San Diego State Wyoming Cowboy games, and even when the Cowboys weren't doing so well.
I'd say over 30.
How about 38?
Yeah.
That's the over and under.
Not surprising.
This thing is going to be basically one of the trenches.
I think so.
And who has the football last, or a Cooper Roth field goal might pull it out for the Cowboys.
But Cooper Roth, as we've seen in a couple contests, has not been.
But again, it goes all
ways. It goes
from the offensive line.
Coach Bull has addressed that as well. But again, it is something that him, or at least that core, that unit, has had issues recently where it's not as dependable as it was, as we thought
and
it was.
They've had all 2 weeks now to get that house.
Yeah, you've had plenty of, at least the bye week, to take advantage of that, get it at least in some motion, and try to get back into, feeling comfortable of kicking those field goals, or just finding that, that magic that you had early on in the season, if not for, last season as well. But this, it doesn't surprise me. This is going to be a situation where defense is going to win this contest, but which one? Could it be where Wyoming's is pretty staunch and pretty good, it has a lot of talent, and can't get it done? Or will it be San Diego State, where I think both defenses, as you probably look at it in this contest, both of them are probably going to be out on the field for probably long times. I foresee a lot of punts in this, possibly. It might be that good old-fashioned, again, brawl defensive battle where offense is going to be hard to come by, and, folks might tune out and just be like, oh, this is just boring after it's 3-0, by the fourth quarter. It might be that contest.
And again, too, you look at the Cowboys, and again, you got the, the run-pass option, again, you go with the belly option, the fly sweeps. I have a feeling San Diego State's going to have answers for all of that.
I think so.
And with the 2 weeks to prepare, obviously, Sean has probably worked, tirelessly, with a lot of effort, I should say, probably throwing a lot of footballs, working that pass game. I mean, you're getting to the portion of the schedule now, Nick, in addition to San Diego State. You got Nevada coming up. You got Boise coming up.
You got a lot of tests.
That you're going to have to put the ball in the air, and you got to hit the receivers. You can't win on the ground. You can't beat Boise on the ground. You can't beat Utah State on the ground. You're going to have to put the ball in the air. So,
and again, for Wyoming at this point in time, should you win at home against New Mexico? Without a doubt, that should be 5 wins.
And I'm throwing
Should you win at home against CSU this season? Without a doubt, yes. That's your 6 wins there. But as we saw last year, getting bowl eligible with the 6 wins does not mean you're going to a bowl. I think for the Cowboys, you look out where, again, my emphasis is, yes, this team will get 6 wins, I think, without a doubt. We know that for sure now. Again, we're looking at least what's upcoming for the Wyoming Cowboys. But you need one more quality win for those bowl committees to kind of put, okay, you got the 7 wins, you have quality wins here, and you need to find that whether it is San Diego State. I think that would be a qualifying win, or at least
very quality win.
A quality win there. Boise, can you get it done at least at Boise? Probably not going to, but again, you need to find one of these opponents between Boise, San Diego State, Utah State, and Air Force, where 3 of those games are at their, actually all 4 of them are at their place.
But also, too, and you said it best, if the Cowboys can beat San Diego State this weekend, and which is a very good possibility they can, and they get New Mexico for homecoming at the War, if they beat New Mexico. So, and again, I'm not going to take anything for granted, but realistically, over the next 2 games, they can become bowl eligible before they take on Nevada, Boise State, Utah State, CSU, Air Force. So after that, it's great. And I guess that if they could pull these 2 wins off in the next couple of weekends, the rest is gravy for the Cowboys. Plus, vying for the Mountain West, or for the Mountain Division Championship. If they again. If you beat
you got to get over
State,
Boise if you want to talk about that.
If you beat San Diego State, you beat them on the road, that should give you a lot of momentum, coming back to homecoming for New Mexico, and then you draw Nevada. You got 3 winnable games, just for argument's sake.
Yeah, but 2 of those, again, now knowing what Nevada is, and again, I won't pencil in saying they're going to win against the Wolfpack coming up at least in October 26th there in Laramie, Wyoming. I'm not going to pencil that in just immediately, but you look at the 3 before heading to Boise to take on the Bronx, 2 of them were pretty much cupcake. You're not going to get really tested. San Diego State, yeah, you're going to get tested, but again, the test is nothing compared to when you eventually see on the road Boise State. Boise State's a whole nother level.
But also, too, though, Nick, you also get that opportunity against teams that are not going to match up well against you, but you also get that opportunity to fine-tune things in preparation for Boise State. And I'll use this as an example. As we look at East Central coming up, and I'm going to get off track a little bit. Central's won their last 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot easier going to the practice field every day for Central. And now it's becoming a routine for them.
Yeah.
Hey, this is our run and shoot offense and hand the ball off from time to time to Lobatos. It's becoming routine. That's what the Cowboys need to get into, that routine.
But you're talking a different level between high school and D1.
I'm just saying.
Where, let's be honest, again, you look at the 4-1 record for the Cowboys, again, outside of, the Mizzou game where, again, credit to Cowboys getting it done. It is huge for the program of getting that home victory against Mizzou, which we saw, again, we can clearly admit that the Tigers were not on their A game. They were having a rough day. They were not that Mizzou team, and they should have won that contest as bad as they played in that one.
The first 2 drives, we thought that was going to be a blowout.
It could easily have been, but at least for the Wyoming defense, stepping up and, again, getting a few turnovers as well, too. But, again, you struggle against Texas State getting, 9-point victory there.
But you won there.
Yeah, you won, but again, you struggled. You struggled at home against Idaho. You had no business struggling against Idaho.
But you had no passing game.
You were a 27-point favorite in that game, and you got away with a 5-point victory. And, again, I keep on saying this. Idaho had the ball there at the final minutes that could have even won that game and upset Wyoming.
But again, the passing game was not
You
there.
lost to Tulsa, where again,
But 2 yards away, you could be 5-0.
Yeah, but you still found a way to. Again, those 2 yards, you didn't get them, and you lost, however, against Tulsa in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And yes, the 53-17, nothing impressive. Again, you should do that against UNLV. You should do that.
Yeah, and you put out their top running back, too. You hurt him. So, and they were different. After he got hurt, UNLV was a different team. Totally different. I mean, they were just not good. All right, well, anyway.
But just going with all that of breaking it down so far where we get this matchup between San Diego State and Wyoming, again, outside of the Mizzou game, that's where, that's the only quality win I see so far. I have, again, as we move in, this is going to be that game. If the Cowboys beat San Diego State, for me personally, where if they can't get it done on the road against this Aztecs team, it boosts Wyoming that much more in my book to go, okay, now I respect this team. Now this team has shown me enough to go, okay, yes, they are for real. I think at this point in time, again, this is a 4-1 team that I think is, again, fortunate to be 4-1. They found magic in certain ways in every single game that they've won to get it done and get 4-1.
And I don't think anybody's going to argue with you.
This is that quality win. If they can get it done against San Diego State, that now goes and solidifies it.
And that could vault them to a possible chance at vying for that Mountain Division. It gives them a chance. I didn't say they're going to win. I said it could give them a puncher's chance. Before we go to the break here, and we're past break time, updating the Cardinals-Braves game, 13-0 in favor of St. Louis. They're in the bottom of the third inning in Cumberland, Georgia. Back after this timeout.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
Do you want the peace of mind of a professionally installed security camera system? Then go with a name you trust, High West Digital Solutions, a High West energy company. The experienced team at High West Digital Solutions will customize a video security system for you, helping you keep an eye on everything going on inside or outside your home or business. Go to hwds.com or call 307-245-4333. High West Digital Solutions, the best choice, the local choice, the right choice for you.
B&B Appliance and TV has been your locally owned appliance store for 49 years. Not only do we offer several major brands, we also service what we sell. And we have the largest parts department in Laramie County. Next time you're in a big box store, just ask to see their parts and service department. Then come visit the appliance experts at B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Avenue. Best brands, hometown service.
If it happens on the diamond, the hardwood, the field, or even the ice, we'll talk about it on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Hi, this is Nick Peretti inviting you to join Larry Peretti and myself each weekday from 3 to 5 p.m. as we, along with our special guests, talk sports locally, regionally, and nationally. And you can chat with us too at 307-514-1071. It's Wyoming Sports Talk today only on 1480 KRAE, and you can stream live with us at 1480krae.com.
First Tier Bank strives to remain competitive and offers some of the best CD rates in the community, as well as area banks and credit unions per Rate Watch reports. How does that make a difference to you? First Tier Bank can assist you in securing some of the best rates on CDs. First Tier Bank offers the personalized customer service you've grown accustomed to and deserve. Plus, feel confident that your finances are taken care of by a responsible, knowledgeable staff. Call 307-632-3500 and ask for Caitlin or Debbie. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be partly sunny with highs around 66 and winds of the south at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Then for tonight, it'll be cloudy with snow likely throughout the evening with lows around 15 and winds out of the north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. On Thursday, it'll be cloudy once again with snow likely throughout the day with highs around 23. And on Thursday night, it'll be partly cloudy with snow likely throughout the evening with lows around 9.
Here the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
The collegiate ranks to the professional ranks, and the Raiders involved in the next couple of stories. If you have not heard, Antonio Brown.
Well, we should have at least kept on the collegiate rank really quickly.
Okay,
just mention
back.
that today was media day over at least Laramie with the University of Wyoming men's and women's basketball teams to showcase and talk about the upcoming winter seasons. Just want to be at least upfront and honest that we did not attend it due to at least the potential of conditions on I-80. It was not worth the risk happening today. So, again, we were set to attend that and talk with the coaches, but unfortunately we kind of passed up that opportunity due to the pending, at least, weather report that was expected.
Tell the truth, you're not feeling well, and bottom line is, it's better just to stay close to home. You're not feeling well, and I was doing some other things as well today. So, again, we apologize that we didn't have that opportunity to go, but
we definitely will get them on the show eventually.
Extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, again, we will get both, at least head coach Alan Edwards at a point in time. Again, also too, same with women's head coach as well, to get them both on here to talk about the upcoming seasons for both men and women's basketball there at the University of Wyoming.
You wanted to say Joe Legursky there, didn't you?
No. No, I know Joe is at least unfortunately retired from Cowgirl basketball, but
it's going to be tough. It's
Yeah.
going to be tough for a while,
Well, it's kind of tough for me to remember who is now the head coach, as it's on the tip of my tongue right now. But, again, we've only had one chance to talk with him, again, who has been a part of this program for quite some time. But, again, just getting adjusted where, yes, it is no longer Joe Legursky as your head coach for the Wyoming Cowgirls. Again, it is the, at least, product out of Casper College, where he's played at least his days with the Thunderbirds up there well back in the day. Again, also
Gerald Madison.
Madison, yes, Coach Madison. Thank you, as you didn't even know, but again,
I
head coach as well too at Rock Springs High School, say with Western Wyoming. So again, a guy who's familiar with the state, and also too does at least look internally at the at least local sides, whether it is high schools or the JUCO. Again, does have one product that we've seen on the JUCO side of things out of Casper College, at least. I do believe Jaya Johnson. Do believe that's her name, at least.
Jay Johnson.
Jay Johnson, at least coming from Casper College, that we got to see when they took on LCCC, whether it was up in Casper or here in Cheyenne. So, again, we are looking forward to this upcoming season and also to talking with both of those head coaches to, again, get their insights on what's upcoming here in 2019-2020.
All right. Now, we're going to move on to the National Football League. Raiders, first and foremost. Two things. If you did not hear about Antonio Brown, he has filed a lawsuit. Believe it or not,
he wants his money.
He's filed his lawsuit against both the Raiders and New England.
Yeah.
How about to the tune of $80 million?
Because, again, he thinks he got snubbed, and he's owed that money, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't think anything's going to come of this. Will he get that money? No, I don't think so.
This is going to be tied up in court for a long. This is, if anything, it's going to.
You don't think
the attorneys are going to make money.
Again, you don't think that Raiders have lawyers and teams of this to make sure that, yes, hey, Antonio Brown, we can do this. You're not getting that money. Same with New England. You don't think that they have teams of lawyers to go, okay, this contract, make sure, just read through the fine print. Yeah, okay, Antonio Brown, we release you. You're not owed that money.
And again, too, it's also going to be stated to Antonio Brown, you were requested not to do these things. You did it anyway. Case closed.
I think Antonio Brown, plain and simple, go focus on your school studies. Hey, more power to you of getting your degree and kind of at least focusing your aspects that way. Again, getting away from the football field. But I think honestly, for Antonio Brown, stay away. Stay away from the NFL.
Yeah,
you're a head case.
And even the XFL doesn't even want to touch you.
Antonio Brown, and again, XFL, that's a different aspect, and we could talk more about that because, again, their draft is upcoming here in a few days where a few Wyoming, at least former Cowboys, will be at least in attendance to be a part of these XFL teams. But Antonio Brown, the guy is getting close to that Colin Kaepernick level of, let's not deal with you.
He's not worth
You're not worth
the headache.
He's got umpteenth amount of talent. We'll never take that away from him. He has more talent than in my opinion, than Colin Kaepernick can bring to the football field. But is he worth the headache, worth the risk, worth anything at all? Even if he is proven not guilty in these at least accusations that have been at least brought to him in these past couple months, he's not worth it. He really is not worth the headache.
And case going on the opposite side, if he is found guilty, he's going to be behind bars.
Yeah, for quite some time.
For quite some time. So
you would hope so.
Again,
but also, too, that's going to take some time in the at least justice process to figure out and get everything at least done. That'll take a couple months. So,
and again, he's worth a few dollars. Let's understand.
Again, the guy's got talent, no doubt about it. But he's a head case.
I know, but I'm just saying, you got so much litigation going on in your life, and now you're going to add more litigation with the Raiders and with the Patriots, and again, you're going to come away, in my opinion, you're going to come away with bupkis out of this.
Yeah,
you were your own. This is the problem with Antonio Brown. He was his own worst enemy and did not listen to anybody but Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Also on the Raiders side, it is now official. Vontaze Burfict's appeal of a season-long suspension for his helmet-to-helmet hit on Indianapolis Colts tight end Jack Doyle has been denied, meaning he will sit out the rest of the 2019 season. Here's another.
Oh, well, again, that's determination.
Case.
That's determination off of the NFL, and again, what they determine of, hey, this was intentional, it's this and that. So, hey, he had the right to appeal it. Didn't go his way. Now he's got to suffer the consequence for his actions. Oh, well.
But see, the deal with Burfict, and some of these guys just don't get it. They're troublemakers, and again, on the field, okay? They're troublemakers on the field. And it goes back to his Cincinnati days. And that, just because you went to a new team, the Raiders, doesn't mean that all of the bad things you did in the past are going to go away. You are under a severe microscope.
In the NFL, let's be honest, though, teams overlook stuff like that all the time. Look at Adam Peckman.
I'm not talking the Raiders. I'm talking the NFL brass. Basically had this guy under a microscope.
The NFL brass also, too, allowed a guy who killed his own teammate over a DUI still to play a game or so with the Dallas Cowboys. The NFL didn't do squat about that.
I got you. But again, Burfict was basically, he was under such scrutiny by the NFL brass.
The NFL has no spine. They're not going to do anything.
Well, they did here. They suspended him for the rest of the year.
Right,
no pay. That's not a zip.
That's good on them, but it took him that at least stint. But is this guy, once he fulfills that year, again, he's going to get welcomed back with open arms, and hey, just don't do it again, or whatever repercussions after strike two for him. You know, it is what it is. Was that, again, we go back to, was that something that the NFL tried to make him the poster boy of, hey, don't do this? I think without a doubt, especially of what's kind of been what he is known for on the field. That was just the NFL basically saying, we're not going to tolerate it no matter what. This is what's going to happen now. If we determine that was intentional, and again, how serious we are with CTE injuries and, again, concussions at this point in time, which we should be. The NFL, high school, collegiate, without a doubt, it's a serious issue. It is shown correlations to have, off the field, issues with the brain. So, again, NFL, I get it. That was a smart thing to do. But once he serves that suspension, he's going to be welcomed back with open arms. Hey, just don't do it again. Kind of that slap on the wrist once he gets back of, hey, just don't do it.
And do you think he's going to even listen to anybody? No, he listens to the demons inside his own head. If you missed out during the 49er Cleveland game, and again, we watch it all the time, especially when we do the high school games. We're going to find out who's going to, win the toss and who's going to do what. Well, this happened on the Monday night game, and Richard Sherman, who had a great game. Great, and again, was the defensive spark plug. Liked the guy, disliked the guy. Was a defensive spark plug for the 49ers. He said today that he will apologize to Baker Mayfield for wrongly saying the Cleveland Browns quarterback had refused to shake his hand before the coin toss.
There's been videos, and basically everyone on social media said,
wow,
hey, you lied.
Exciting.
Hey, you lied, and whatever.
I know, but Sherman told NFL.com that the snub had fueled him during the 49ers win over the Browns. Video obtained by ESPN. Again, everything is all shown everywhere. This was obtained yesterday. Showed the two shaking hands at midfield. Sherman backtracked today, saying he would be reaching out to Mayfield to apologize. Whoopie doopie.
Oh, well.
All right, we do need to take our last time out. We will be back with more right after this. The team at Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range, directly across from Powers Field and Menards, are proud sponsors of the student-athletes for the 2019-2020 school year for high school and LCCC. Not only do they support the athletes, but they are ready for your next cater-out event, meeting, or gathering. A special thank you to Chick-fil-A and all they do for 1480 KRAE and our sister station KYOI-FM during the year. For more information, call Chick-fil-A at 638-4444.
Capital Lumber is number one in Cheyenne. Are you listening? We're all the lumber store you'll ever need. For electrical, plumbing, paint, and tools, lumber and hardware, we're for you. And we're out to earn your business, yes indeed. Capital Lumber is number one today. Are you listening? Capital Lumber's at your service all the way.
Capital Lumber Company, serving our area for over 53 years at 1222 Dunn Avenue in Cheyenne. Come one, come all to the third annual Fall Halloween Festival Farmers and Crafters Market presented by family-owned and operated Riverbend Nursery and Stone Company. This annual event will be Saturday, October 19th from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. at 8908 Yellowstone Road. It's only $5 entry per carload. There will be plenty of vendors and crafters, hay rides, pumpkins, straw and corn stalks for sale, along with crafts for kids, fall and Halloween gift items, and a whole lot more, including food vendors serving up delicious eats. All youngsters are encouraged to wear their Halloween costumes too. So mark it down and plan to attend a fun day at the third annual Fall Halloween Festival Farmers and Crafters Market, Saturday, October 19th from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. Brought to you by Riverbend Nursery and Stone Company on Yellowstone Road in North Cheyenne.
At Medicap Pharmacy, we concentrate on nothing but your medications and your health. Each location is a locally owned full-service neighborhood pharmacy. We won't make you walk through aisles and aisles of stuff or wait in a long line. Instead, we'll always make time for you by listening, answering your questions, and explaining your prescriptions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
At Platte Valley Bank, we love to see our customers come through the door. Well, we know life can be busy and you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking products with features such as bill pay, recurring transfers, mobile deposit, and now digital wallet. At Platte Valley Bank, you can manage your money how you want, when you want. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome to the biggest thing in tacos since tacos. Introducing the Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. That's right, we said it. Perfecto. That's Spanish for perfect. We redesigned it with an aerodynamic shell to give you the best bite every bite. Choose between seasoned to perfection beef, chili lime chicken, or upgrade to hand-carved sirloin steak. Sure, it was hard to perfect, but it's easy to eat. The Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be partly sunny with highs around 66 and winds out of the south at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Then for tonight, it'll be cloudy with snow likely throughout the evening with lows around 15 and winds out of the north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. On Thursday, it'll be cloudy once again with snow likely throughout the day with highs around 23. And on Thursday night, it'll be partly cloudy with snow likely throughout the evening with lows around 9.
Tired of lazy and predictable sports talk radio? We know you are. This is Cheyenne's new sports radio home. It's Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Well, the afternoon has flown by here on Wyoming Sports Talk Today. Tomorrow on the program, we will hear from East High Athletic Director Jerry Slabs, along with East High head coach Chad Goff. We'll hear from Cheyenne Central head coach Mike Apodaca joining us on our program.
And also, too, as we mentioned, again, we will talk with LCCC, at least rodeo head coach Seth Glaus, and also to a few student athletes that he does bring by to at least get you all updated about the Sean Doobie Memorial Rodeo coming up this weekend there, again, live at the LCCC Arena, again, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And
a lot of events happening here in town this weekend.
And you also had another winner to the Sean Doobie Memorial Rodeo.
Yeah.
So, again, we have one more set of tickets to give away.
Yeah.
Thank you again to Seth for giving us those tickets to give away here.
Without a doubt. As I mentioned before, or at least heading into the break again, coming up here in a few short days, or at least we're about 6 days away, it will be the XFL draft. So if you had little withdrawals from April's NFL draft, again, here's a chance to track, so to speak. So far, this hasn't been noted that it will be on live television or broadcasted like on an ESPN network or anything, but the XFL draft will be happening via conference call as well, so it looks like it won't be. Basically, how you'll find about this is through the XFL social media channels and also on their website of who is going where. But again,
is this going to be, let me interrupt you here by saying, is this going to be collegiate athletes or is this going to be
collegiate?
Okay,
collegiate, and I do believe some
current NFL.
Some who may have been cut by the NFL,
Okay.
some who might be with a Canadian. It was, it was just kind of a mishmash of just those. It seems like it's more so of those who got to that NFL level, but were either on the practice squad cut or for whatever reason, hey, preseason cuts, you're gone, and now you're looking for a job, didn't want to go up to Canada. Here's this opportunity now to be part of the XFL. But again, it's happening 2 days, October 15th to the 16th. How it goes is in 5 different phases. First phase will be offensive skill positions, so quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. That'll be 10 rounds. Phase 2 will be offensive linemen, so tackles, guards, centers. That will also be 10 rounds. Phase 3 will be defensive front 7 players, defensive linemen and linebackers. That's also 10 rounds. Phase 4, that'll be defensive backs, cornerbacks, and safeties. That's 10 rounds. And Phase 5 will be an open draft to any position, 30 rounds. That also includes special teams players, including long snappers, punters, place kickers. That's those, again, it is have no separate position phase or relegated to the open pool. Each team out of the XFL, again, 8 teams in total, will have a 71-player preseason roster, which will then eventually be at least winded down to 52 players by the start of the 2020 XFL season, again, happening coming up next season in at least, I do believe, the week after the Super Bowl is finished. So that's when the XFL will be getting underway again. It is spring football coming up here next season. But just want to mention with the XFL draft, few Wyoming former, at least Cowboy players are entering in this draft pool to get this chance to play with one of these XFL teams, whether it is, down in Dallas, out in Tampa Bay, wherever it may be, New York, L.A. They're looking to at least play more semi-pro, or it's kind of undefined what the XFL is trying to be. It's almost like they're trying to be that pro level, at least spring ball league. So another chance for these to at least be competitive. But
it sounds almost like really, as you're taking players that have been cut, taxi squatters, those that were free agents that didn't make it. It sounds almost like AAA baseball.
You got to start somewhere, so this is where the XFL is going to start, where you can't go and snipe a Patrick Mahomes to come play. No, you got to build from somewhere and build up this league to where it probably wants to be competitive with the NFL, which that's what Vince McMahon said that day one. That's what was kind of the intention of that. The XFL wants to bring those fans who have tuned away from the NFL. Here's the XFL going back to what is just plain and simple football for the fans, for you to enjoy.
And let me ask you this question, and again, we got to get ready to wrap things up here, but let me ask you this question too, because after the NFL season is complete, and again, teams that are eliminated from postseason, free agency, do the XFL...
You're asking me questions I have no idea.
No, that's the question to throw out there. Does the XFL go after possible free agents? But then again, too, does
that's up to the teams. That's up to ownership down there.
And then does the NFL file suit? I mean, I see some things that are going to develop, especially when we get done with the Super Bowl, because teams are going to have free agents.
Yeah.
And again, this goes back to the old United States football.
You're looking at the XFL where you're probably getting a lot less paid compared to the NFL. So is it worth the risk to find a team in the NFL or just go immediately down the XFL where they might just say, yes, you're a starter, go right ahead, we want your talent, but you're going to take a severe pay cut. And again, not knowing even what salaries are going to be in the XFL, I don't believe they've even released that information, but it is what it is. But at least talking about former Wyoming Cowboys, just to mention a few, Johanna Gaffon is going to be one that was entering in the draft pool, a few from at least the Mountain West as well. You look at least stints from like BYU, Michigan, Oklahoma, and there are some big names that are going to enter in the pool. For instance, again, at least you look in the Mountain West, New Mexico getting representation with Avery Jordan, who's an offensive tackle back in the day. Again, just looking at for a few, at least Wyoming Cowboys, again, Gaffon being one. It's just those opportunities for those who did not make it to that next level or do not have that opportunity. Here it is to play more football, continue your career, and maybe establish yourself and maybe be a part of something, special that could compete against the NFL.
Well, and I think what gets hurt in all of this after it's all said and done, going to be the arena leagues. I think a lot of that talent, again, they're making a paycheck every game. You got a chance to make a little more money, especially with television exposure from,
and again,
Fox.
Yeah, Fox and ESPN, where they've basically already solidified those deals with the XFL to showcase off those games. So there are opportunities to make a decent living, or at least make this. It's just interesting to see where it is, after the season, where it's headed to, and does it have that opportunity to snipe those NFL free agents, as this list for the at least upcoming draft is nothing. I can't sort in order, so basically I have to sift through everything. Yeah.
All right, real quick here as we get ready to wrap things up. They moved to the bottom of the fifth inning, Cumberland, Georgia, and the Braves still being trounced by the Cardinals. Cardinals lead 13-1.
Speaking of the Cardinals, Lucas Waka, former Wyoming Cowboy, brother of the Waka picture for the St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, he is also in this draft with a few other Wyoming Cowboys as well.
All right, so again, Cardinals 13, Bravos 1, bottom of the fifth inning.